welcome back to Morris Modified. So here we are at Matsuri 2024 with Matt's, what is it, a 1JZ S13 Sylvia. So this is making roughly 500 horsepower on E85 and is capable of about 550. But this is her first time at the QR track on the main track, and yeah, pretty keen to see how this thing goes and hear the 1JZ sort of roar. It is the same 1JZ that is out of the actual Sora, I believe. So yeah, this is a bit of incentive to get my thing back on the road and get back into it. So anyway, without further ado, let's get into some sliding, some drifting, and some 1JZ noise. So, we have run into a problem with the 1JZ. She's missing, she's sputtering, and she's spitting at top end, mainly at high RPM and under full load, but she still spins the tyres. If you want to rewind, you actually may hear it as she comes through the barriers. Matt, give it a little bit of throttle, and you'll actually hear it sputter. It doesn't make a nice linear travel through the RPM range. You'll actually hear it pop and sort of carry on. That is actually what we're chasing at this point. So Matt is actually removing the ignition coils at the moment. These are R35 coils. So usually, or we've heard, you don't really run into problems with these coils. So we've been told that moisture may have made it into the actual coils themselves. And what happens is the coils, once they get hot, will draw up that moisture into the contacts where the obviously the current travels through the coil and sort of will mess with that contact and that actual, I guess, connection. We tried that first, a little bit better, but no luck. And we ended up getting new plugs, finding that the old plug gap, they had been reduced. And you actually do this when you're running high boost applications. In this case, this 1JZ is running about 22 PSI, possibly more from memory. But the reason you do this is in high boost applications, the boost can actually blow out the spark. So you reduce the gap, and this allows the spark to sort of not work as hard to travel across that electrode. But in this case, we lowered the distance between the electrode and the actual spark plug. I forgot what you call it, that little arm. But anyway, we lowered the gap, and it did improve, but not enough to fix the problem. She still misfired. We were supposed to see some seat time ourselves, Jordan and I, but this would have been our first time on a track drifting, but this will have to happen at the next Matsuri in October. And this is incentive to get our own sort of build, because we've been sort of teeter-tottering on the idea of getting, I don't know, maybe an AU Falcon because they're cheap, or really ideally something JDM like a Z, just a beat up 350Z that's track only. But anyway, pipeline dreams right now. We're just bloody messing around with ideas. So it's unfortunate, but these things do happen. And these cars are driven hard. They're driven the way they're built to be driven. So it is inevitable this is going to happen at some point. This is the second track event this car has seen. So the previous track event, I'm not sure which track it actually went to, but she did not miss a beat. The 1JZ did its job, purred like a kitten, and bloody roared like a bloody lion when it had to. So 1JZ, it is a reliable engine, but like all old school JDM things, they are going to have their little tweaks and their little problems every now and then, and that's just part of the sport. So it is what it is. This is the seventh track event that Matt's had. 6, no issues at all. So this is actually pretty good, to be honest. And yeah, this is part of that bloody lifestyle, I guess you could call drifting. So with that being said, the plan here is pretty much going to be pack up the 1JZ and go diagnose. Basically, it has a link set up, so it's got all the sensors and stuff there ready to go. The problem is we didn't have any software, and no one had any available at the time on the track. So it's going to be take it to the tuner, find out why she's sputtering. It's probably something silly like a sensor, O2 sensor, or hopefully something just silly like that. But yeah, we'll have to do some digging and find out what's wrong with the 1JZ.